This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show coming to you from Pepperland Records in Orange County with Margarita Monet of the band Edge of Paradise. What attracts you to ancient Egyptian and Roman culture?
I'm attracted to just ancient civilizations. I think it's fascinating. Who's not attracted to like pharaohs and pyramids? It's just, there's so much fascinating things that went on during that time. And I always wonder, like, what would it be like to live, during that time? It's completely different, but I love reading. I love history, and because it makes us who we are. We all come from somewhere. I'm not Egyptian or anything, but it's still interesting because it's so different.
Idol worship of any of the Egyptian gods?
I don't worship Egyptian gods. I believe that if people believed so greatly in something for so long, there's some truth, whatever it may be. There's some truth in it. So I never discharge anything, that's why there's so much we don't know, so I like learning about things, and I don't really say, I believe this or I don't believe this, I just kind of educate myself and let that be a part of me, I guess.
Would you sell your soul to the devil to make it and have fame and world domination as a rock star?
No, because I put my soul in the song, so how could I create something without having a soul? No.
Well, people do it all the time.
Well, I don't know. That seems very scary and dark, and no, I don't think so.
So
there's a price for it. I don't know what that price is. I'm not willing to pay it.
Really?
Yeah.
So if somebody comes along and says you want to get in the $50 million club, you gotta become part of these satanic rituals. You're gonna tell them what?
Are you offering?
No. But
No. I'm gonna be like, that's not my thing, or I'll just kind of turn the other way, I guess. I'm not at all into that sort of thing. It's, it's not worth it. To me, it's not worth it.
what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? That's essentially what you're saying, right?
Exactly. No, I think that is what I'm saying, because then it's not you anymore. I believe we all have souls, Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Favorite Ronnie James Dio career-spanning moments that defined his musical legacy for you?
I love Rainbow stuff, but I think Black Sabbath really made him Dio, because then he went on to be Dio.
Yeah.
I love Heaven and Hell album. One of my favorite songs is Highway to Nowhere. Yeah, it's one of his later songs. I love that song for some reason. But, I love Children of the Sea. We do that live sometimes. It's one of my favorite songs.
What are your makeup must-haves, and name them?
Well, I'm lucky at LA Splash Cosmetics. They sent me a lot of makeup, and their stuff stays on forever. So, during the stage, when you're, sweating your face off, it stays put. I don't know. I like MAC products. I like L'Oreal. I use Manic Panic on my hair. I'm a girly girl, but I don't hoard makeup.
What foundation are you wearing?
Maybelline foundation.
Powder.
I don't use powder.
Eyeliner.
MAC.
Mascara.
CoverGirl.
What do you fill your eyebrows in with?
Eyeshadow, whatever is on hand.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a pencil or anything. I should invest in one.
What eyeshadows are you wearing?
Manic Panic.
What lipstick are you wearing?
Neutrogena. Yeah, I got it as a present.
Do you have a moisturizer that you prefer?
I like Caudalie if I can get my hands on it.
How inspiring is it for you to have music critics write that your voice alone sets Edge of Paradise apart from the crowd? And do you feel deserving of the accolades?
It's very inspiring, and it's because we put so much work into it, and I put all my heart and soul into it, and to hear that people connect to it, or they just what they write is definitely very inspiring and encouraging, and very it's an honor. We got a really great Blabbermouth review, and I'm very grateful. And Brave Words, a lot of sites have been so supportive of us, and it's important to us because we are a new band, and I think our music is a bit different, and I'm a bit of a different singer just because I wasn't a singer before, and I had to really work really hard, and it feels good.
I definitely think you have a voice that emotes a lot of personality.
Thank you. That's very important to me. That's why I love Dio so much. I think in his songs he fuels every word with emotion and feeling and attitude, and that's what I strive to do, because when people listen to my songs, I want them, to hear a word but also get the feeling from the way I'm saying it and from the melody. I just want the whole thing to be like an experience for them.
The thing about Dio that I loved as a kid was that you could feel the anger.
Yeah.
A lot of anger and rebellion in his lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
So what inspired the cover art for your 5-song EP, Alive?
The cover art was created by Timo Wars, and he's an amazing German artist. And, I gave him the songs, and I just kind of told him a little bit of what the concept is, and which is basically, the humanity and then our, how we live in the world of technology and how it can sometimes consume us. And he sketched up a few different versions of what he was seeing, but a lot of this cover art is also his vision and how the music inspired him. And I think it worked so perfect because, that's, you can kind of see a human, in a robot shell or an android or whatever you want to call it, but it's really like the humanity, sometimes we keep, it basically keeps, getting further and further inside our kind of shell of a machine. If we submerge ourselves in this technology and get lost in it, it's easy to kind of lose your soul in a way. Yeah. And like lose that human connection that makes makes people who we are. I think people, we thrive off of relationships. That's how we create, that's how we live, that's how we feel. It's the human relationship. So it's important not to lose that in our age of computers and smartphones and all that kind of stuff.
I think the world has a plan to separate us like that using technology.
I don't know if it's a plan. In a way, I mean, you never know, because like now sometimes I see kids and they're completely like there's something in front of like it's hard to break through to them. When I went to school, like I kind of surpassed that. Like we didn't all have cell phones. We still kind of played as kids and we really communicated. And now a lot of kids are like on their phones all the time, and if they're even sitting next to each other, they communicate to their phones. So something gets lost. And even like typing, not writing, it affects your brain. And in 20 years I wonder what the world is going to look like. I think it's going to be different, just because people are growing up in different environments. It's never been like this in our whole history of humankind. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope nothing bad.
Have you heard of the word singularity?
I have. In what context do you mean that?
In the scientific context of that computers are going to become smarter than humans and essentially take over.
I heard of it, and of course we see movies about it, but I mean, in a way, it could happen. Just recently, I saw an article how the guy behind Tesla is creating, one of his new projects is to put a human mind inside of a computer. So we can already do that. Some computers can read what you're thinking. So I think give us, a few more years. Technology may surpass our, I guess intelligence, but there's still, there's consciousness, there's intelligence. I mean, human brain is so complex. That's why I think it's important that we keep learning. We keep evolving our minds and our hearts, not just technology and how we can benefit from it. That's why art is so important in music, because it evolves your soul and your mind. Gotta keep growing.
What does evolving the heart, the mind, and the soul look like to you?
I think it's experiencing different feelings, going through different relationships and experiencing that, because I think you grow as a person from experiences that you have and how you handle that and how you respond to other people. And I think it's important to be versatile. Like you have to have a lot of different experiences, not just like one thing. That's why, if you're always on your computer and always like doing one thing, you grow only, you're not becoming very worldly. I don't know if it's the right way to describe it, but I think people know what I mean.
How important is fame to you, and could you live without it?
You can't be chasing fame because nothing is guaranteed, and there's so much that's going on right now. One thing becomes popular, then the next thing becomes popular. So I think it's the wrong way to look at it if you're chasing fame. I think, to us, we just want to create music to the best as we can and be able to tour and be able to create more music and survive. So, it's important that it reaches people, but I'm never like, oh, I want to be famous, I just want people to, hear our music, and I want to have that relationship with the crowd where, it's an amazing feeling when someone is like singing your song, or they say that it has significance to them. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is worthwhile.
But could you live without the adulation of the crowd?
I don't think I could. Well, I love being on stage. I don't know if later on in life I will, but right now I love the stage, and it's exhilarating to me. I don't know. I don't think it's fame. I just think it's that energy of a live show. Yeah. Okay. I can't live without the show.
What was Korn Slipknot producer Chuck Johnson's approach to shaping the songs on the new Edge of Paradise 5-song EP, Alive?
Alive, I think he really brought out the edginess, the heaviest side of us, and also the meaning of the songs. I think the sound really matches what the songs are about. And yeah, I think he brought out that heavy guitar sound. He really pushed me as a vocalist, and he helped me, guided me in the right direction with the melodies. And, I think he really helped us to shape the evolution of our sound. So, and Chuck is awesome to work with.
What is your secret to not becoming a casualty of sex, drugs, and rock and roll on the road?
The road is too hard right now to fall into that. I'm lucky that our band, we all really understand what it takes to be a successful band and to keep it moving forward. We just keep our heads straight and keep it on the goal, because if we were partiers, I don't think we could survive on the road. Right now, being in a band, you have to do everything. You have to sound great, you have to write the songs, you have to market, you have to put the gas in the truck, you have to drive it. So you really have to be clear-headed. And honestly, I don't even drink. I don't really get affected by that. Maybe I'm a boring rock person, but I find the pleasure in performing and, meeting people.
You're straight edge. You're sober completely the whole way.
Straight edge, I'm sorry to say.
Don't feel sorry for that. That's amazing. So what you're doing is you're giving them 100% of you.
Even if it's 5 people or 500 people or 5,000, they're going to get 100%.
Do you believe that Satan is the god of this world?
We don't know so much, so I don't believe that Satan is guiding our world, but I believe that it's important to kind of stay true. Well, be positive. I think negativity could translate to like a Satan trying to, sway you in a different way. Maybe, I don't know. I believe there are forces. I don't know what they are. That's why we gotta keep strong and be positive and try to be better people.
What brings you the most peace in your life right now?
Peace? What is peace? I don't know. I guess music, my family, just the fact that I'm lucky enough to be able to create and lucky enough that people are hearing it. And, if I feel like my life is worth something, that kind of brings me peace, because if I'm affecting people in a positive way, then it brings me peace.
Peace? What is peace? Why did you have that first reaction to that?
Because, right now everything is so, LA in a way it's a rat race, and always there's so much going on, and the further you get in life, there's more things to do, you know. So I think it's important to like stop yourself, and in a way that's what alive is about. You got to stop yourself and just acknowledge the fact that you're alive, but it's easier said than done, you know. That's why I wrote the, you know, songs about it, is because we get lost in, you know, chasing time and chasing whatever it may be, that we forget what brings us peace. So I'm glad you asked me.
The Blairing Out Show.